Mark Yoshimoto, Nemcoff.tv advocate here at Blog World LA, and we want to talk to Scott from eBay. Scott, how you doing?
Great, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, I've known Scott for a while. We kind of came up through the whole new media thing together. We've seen it. We've seen a lot.
It's kind of the Wild West back in the day.
It was the Wild West, but you know what? It's become a more refined. I don't want to call it science because I think that would be a little, overreaching. But, you know, video on the internet used to just kind of be like this weird thing that like hobbyists did.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and now it has grown into a really important part of eBay's digital marketing efforts.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you're talking about online video, it's one of the most, I think, personal things you can do to create a connection with your audience, short of having an in-person conversation like we're doing. Blogging is great, social media tools like Twitter and Facebook are great, but there's only so much sort of personal connection you can make through text and through words. And some people are better writers than others, but I think what video did is it gave people even a chance that people that weren't great writers, a chance that if you had a personality and you had something sort of interesting to say, that it allowed you to be able to say it and connect with your audience in a really unique way that we haven't been able to before.
So, you know, I think there are people out there who might be watching this right now and they're saying, now why would eBay need to have video? I mean, what's the purpose of eBay embracing video as part of their blog communications?
Well, eBay, obviously, I mean, people use video and they use social media for a lot of different reasons. For a lot of, say, smaller companies, branding might be a big part of it. eBay obviously has the good fortune that it's a household name as far as brands go. But one of the dangers with something like that is sometimes a company like that can be seen as almost a faceless entity. You don't get a sense of the people and the personalities that make that work every day. And video is a great way to sort of bring to light some of the people that are really dedicated, working hard to make an eBay experience what it is. And video is a way to really be able to sort of take down those large walls that people often don't get to see behind and show people a little bit of the people that make eBay what it is.
So what kind of videos do you put on the eBay blog?
So the division of eBay that I work for is called eBay Partner Network, and that's eBay's in-house affiliate program. So a lot of the videos that we put together are really thinking about what our publishers, what our affiliates want to see, what's interesting to them. So we really try and listen to their feedback in comments on the blog or things that they say to us on Twitter or through emails that we get. And we try and create content that we think is relevant to them. And sometimes it's about product announcements or new tweaks or new features. Sometimes it's announcing things like we're at Blog World, and if you're going to be here, please come over and say hello. And sometimes it's looking into the different corners of eBay. eBay has so many different things going on. They have a charitable portion of eBay which focuses on giving. There are eBay Motors, which is one of the largest places in the world to buy cars and auto parts and things. There's eBay Fashion. So there's all these different pieces of eBay, and so we really focus on videos that really kind of highlight some of these different verticals and some of these things that maybe people don't think about. A lot of people still think of eBay as an auction site, and there's a lot of other stuff going on at eBay.
No, it's evolved into a whole social network entirely. So I mean, I'm not going to watch videos there about like here's G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip being sold by some dude in Arkansas, but I'm going to watch like stuff about what eBay's new initiatives are. Like if I want to become an eBay power user, that's the place to go to get like the tips and the tricks and.
Yeah. Well, and you were talking about how how long we've known each other, and one of the people that we knew back in the day, Richard Brewer-Hay, who's eBay's chief blogger. And Richard talks a lot about how eBay, in a lot of ways, was the first social network. Back before there were Twitter and Facebook, and the way that selling on eBay has always been sort of a very social experience. And so in a lot of ways, eBay is a very social place, and we're really trying to make sure that people see that and to embrace that concept.
The whole idea of a community, of the eBay community. Now, where do you see video going in the next year for eBay?
I think more of it. I mean, I think that, in terms of technology, video technology, we're at a pretty good infrastructure where it's delivered in with great quality, it's ease, people can get it on their iPads, their phones. So I think that, the delivery of video has made it really available to everybody. And the fact that you don't need necessarily a really expensive camera setup to produce something. You can shoot something with a flip camera or an iPhone and create something pretty decent and pretty compelling, and then we'll publish that on our blog. but I think that that there's an initiative to create more of it. People really have shown that they have an appetite for content. I mean, you look at YouTube and you look at the the numbers that YouTube does and the number of videos that are watched in a day. And so people have shown that they have an appetite for video, and it's something that you can consume in a sort of a, it can be more of a passive sort of thing as opposed to sitting down and having to focus and read a blog post or click through something. You can sit back and watch video, you know, and sort of take in what you want from it. And the other thing that's really happening that is propelling video forward, not just obviously for eBay, but for video creators all over, is the inclusion and the continued push of technology to get that in people's living rooms. So the fact that you can watch eBay on your 42, I mean, you can watch YouTube videos or any sort of video that you'd find on a, you know, one of the .tv content creators on a set-top box on your 42-inch LCD makes it available everywhere. And the more that people are able to adopt it and watch it on their iPhone or watch it in their living room, there's going to be more incentive for not only individuals, but for businesses to continue to create more video. And that's what I think we're thinking about at eBay is how do we create more of what people want in the video department.
So you're seeing just like a massive hunger for more of that video content.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that, and more than that, they want video content that is compelling for them. So there's a lot of making sure that we're understanding what the people that are consuming this and viewing it, that we're listening to what they want. It can sometimes be very easy as a company or as an individual to produce just what you want and sort of put blinders on and not really think about or listen to what your audience is telling you they want. And sometimes those are two very different things. So I think we're really making an effort to listen to what our audience wants and then try and create more video around that.
All right, so one last question. Give me like one top tip for video creators out there.
I think the often overlooked thing that people, when people are creating video, is sound. To me, I think that people will forgive bad lighting. They'll, you know, forgive skips in the video. Somebody that's maybe a little shaky with the camera, although, you know, too much and people be a little, you know, will get a little sick to their stomach. But audio is one of those things that if you have poor audio, that's the quickest thing that people will, I think, will turn off a video for. So really pay attention to audio. There are a lot of inexpensive audio recorders out there, but really focus on adding an external mic if you can, even to your flip camera, but really make sure your audio is as clean as you can get it. And if you've got a mic that's really sensitive to other noise, try to find a place that's a little more quiet. Here we're at the expo, and it's noisy, but you know we've obviously got good audio and good video equipment, so the noise isn't going to be a problem. It's going to be clear. But for people shooting on a flip camera, you may want to find more of a quiet space to shoot something so that you get that good audio. And I think people don't think oftentimes enough about what goes into audio and what that means for their audience.
Hear that top tip, the secret sauce from Scott from eBay. Scott, thank you so much. We are really looking forward to seeing what eBay does in the video space in the years to come.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
This is Mark Yoshimoto, Nemcoff.TV advocate. We'll be right back.